Hello, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Maureen, the keto cook for Matthew's Friends. But today I'm going to be showing you a keto cuisine recipe, and it's for a trail mix bar. It's a 4:1 ratio. These are the ingredients that you will need. 13 grams of butter, 10 grams of walnuts, 17 grams of KetoCuisine, 3 grams of ground almonds, 16 grams of pecan nuts, 3 grams of sunflower seeds, 2 grams of cranberries, dried cranberries, 4 grams of flaxseed, a little of the Truvia sweetener, and a few drops of vanilla essence. But to start making the trail mix bar, first off you melt the butter. A few seconds in a microwave, it's done. Then you take your sweetener, and I'm using Truvia because this was in the original recipe. If you can't get Truvia, or if you don't use Truvia, then carry on using the liquid sweetener, that's fine. And if you're using this one, you can actually measure it, and it's 1/4 teaspoon. The recommended amount was around 1 gram, so that's 1/4 teaspoon. Just pop it into the melted butter. And give it a little mix. So there, that's the Truvia mixed in with that, and you won't need that anymore, so you can put that away and just pop the butter to one side while you go to the next stage. What you do need for the next stage is something to make it in, and that's one of these little things, which is ideal. It's a nice little carton. I bought mine from Lakeland, and so that you can reuse it, just take a little bit of cling film and just pop it in just to line it. You don't have to be too fussy because it will take its shape. So there you have it. And then the next stage is the cranberries. There's only a few, and you just need a knife, and just to make it look like a bit more, just cut them up into smaller pieces so that you get a nice scattering across the bottom, and they will form the base of the trail mix bar. And that's all you have to do with the cranberries, and you just pop that to one side while you get on with the rest of the recipe. You won't need that dish anymore. What you will need is the walnuts, the pecans, and the sunflower seeds. Now these have to be crushed. The most convenient way to do it, I find, is to pop it into a freezer bag. Freezer bags are quite tough, so you can just pop them all in together. And then you simply crush them with a rolling pin. You can do it between sheets of paper if you prefer, but these bags are great and there's less risk of any shooting anywhere. You can, if you want to, put them in a coffee grinder. I'm a fan of the coffee grinder. It's very quick. You have to be careful not to make it too fine. This is what you will end up with if you do it with a rolling pin. Right, so there are your prepared nuts and seeds, nicely chopped or ground or bashed, however you want to put it. So just pop those to one side while you clear your decks, because you don't want all this debris around. And then you get on with the final stage. Really, it's quite easy. You need a larger bowl, and into the bowl you'll put your KetoCuisine. Make sure you get it all out. Pastry brush is good. And your ground almonds go in, your flaxseed, all in, then the nuts, make sure it all comes out. Then you go back to where you began with the butter and you put in there a few drops of vanilla into the lid so that you don't pour it all in. Mix that in and then you just simply add that to the nuts. Scrape the butter. You can melt it down a bit more if it makes life easier for you, but it does go in okay when it's started to set. It's still very soft. Then you just mix it to a crumbly mix. So there you have a nice crumbly buttery mix. So it's very dry, don't worry. And then you go back to your little container with the cranberries. Get a spoon, use a spoon. I tried doing it by tipping it in and lost some. Now at this stage I'm going to just tip the bowl up just to get the last bits out, otherwise I'll be scraping the bowl all day. Now there it is. Doesn't look like a trail mix bar, but then you take your spoon and you just keep pressing and you'll be amazed, it'll go down to almost half the depth. You've patted it well down and you can see that it's formed a bar. You're going to put that in the refrigerator for about an hour just so that it firms up, the butter will set and the keto cuisine will do its job, and you'll end up with a nice trail bar that can be bitten into. Fantastic for packed lunches, meals on the move when you're travelling around, party time. Makes a really good breakfast because of the flax content and the nuts. It's quite a nice way to start the day. So very, very useful, very good for batching up. And as you can see, quite simple to make really, no hard work involved.